Alacrian Jaguar. 4 and a green for a creature cat mount. 4/4 has vigilance, and whenever this creature attacks while saddled, it gets +2/+2 until end of. And it saddles for 1.
6/6 vigilance for 5 while saddled.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Seems compelling.
Yeah. I mean, I still think it's a C.
Yeah, it's still like a C because it doesn't have trample or anything. If it gave +2/+2 in
Yeah,
trample,
yeah.
it was a trample vigilance 6/6. Now that's definitely a C+.
Yeah, yeah, we're talking big
Yeah.
time, but
I still think it's just a C. Good call.
yeah, C.
Out. What?
What?
Altarch.
uh,
Altarch.
Autarch.
A tarch. Mammoth.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it.
It hurts me. 4 and 2 green. God, we're starting out expensive. 4 and 2 green, 6 mana for an elephant mount 5/5. When this creature enters and whenever it attacks while saddled, create a 3/3. It saddles for 5, which is a lot, but not so much when you consider that you paid 6 mana to get a 5/5 and a 3/3, and that's its floor. And then if you just have a 2/2, then that 3/3 and that 2/2 with this makes another 3/3, and then they have to kill the 5/5, or you're just going to make another 3/3.
Right.
It's a B plus, I think. It's a B. It's a B to B plus. It costs 6, but it's in green, which is the most get to 6 color.
Right. Yeah.
And
probably.
the fact that it's almost guaranteed to make 2 3/3s, like you get the 5/5 for free, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of 3/3s.
This is funny.
Yeah, this is good.
Funnily blinkable. Yeah, I think it's just a B.
Yeah, B to B plus.
That's the 6 drop you want.
Beast Rider Vanguard. 1 and a red for a human knight 2/2. And for 4 and a green, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it into your hand. The rest on the bottom of your library in any. This is just so slow. So mid. C minus. I mean,
any permanent.
It is any permanent. But
the black 1 mana removal spell. It's a permanent.
Also, you can still use this to crew something and activate this.
I think this is. I mean, it's just a bear. It's a bear that.
It's just a C.
Draws you a card. Yeah, it's probably just a C, but it's okay. Maybe for the general person, it's a C, but for you and your inability to take 2 drops, this is a C plus. Take that. look at the greatness being bestowed.
Yes.
Oh, what a
of it.
Oh my goodness, what a big bestow. It's yours, I think. No, it's mine. Bestow greatness.
It's yours, yeah.
2 and a green. It's an instant. Target creature gains +4/+4 and gains trample. So not exactly mammoth growth or whatever the 2 mana one this +4/+4 is, but it does give you trample. This has been a combat trick before, I'm pretty sure. Exercise kindness, for nothing remains small forever. A Lacrian proverb.
Gets you to max speed.
Does. Combat tricks seem a little better. I would say the first one of these is probably going to be like a C to C minus. I will say with what makes this maybe even a little better is how much threat to activation we've had. Because like the problem with a 3 mana combat trick is like it's really sus. You know, just like swinging with 3 mana open or whatever on turn 4.
Yeah, it is sus.
But if you have an exhaust or an exhaust ability on the board, right face up, which we've seen several for 4 mana, some for 3 mana. If you already have that on the board, they can be entirely evaluating if they want to force you to exhaust, right? To like trade or something, right? So they're like, okay, I'll block to like force you to exhaust, and you're like, no, actually, bestow
Yeah,
greatness. So that I think makes it marginally better. So I'll say the first one of these is a C, and then you don't play a second.
fair.
You're good.
Broken Wings, 2 and a green for an instant, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. So this is normally bad, but this is much better in the set. Not a lot of enchantments you're really wanting to target, but a lot of artifacts. So
This is like the best this has been probably in
yeah,
a
this is the
while.
best it's been.
Is the first one of these
C
just straight up main
is
deckable as a
playable at
C?
all.
You think just the first one? The first one is
Yeah,
also just like a C. Like you'll play
yeah,
one of these.
yeah. I think I'll play one of these.
In the best of three, like in your physical pre-release, I would not be
Yeah,
upset to like have opened a couple of these, just to bring them in on the sideboard.
yeah. To have for sure, for sure. Because this does also like it gets. Yeah, I think this is good. It's just good. Seen a lot of flying threats.
Yep.
Also, multiple colors.
Yeah. See, better at the sideboard. One green mana, defend the rider. Modular, uncommon instant for one green mana. Dangerous. Target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this token settles and mounts. Okay, so it makes a straight up pilot for one at instant speed, or it also does the hexproof and indestructible thing. So it's not Snakeskin
This is
Veil because it
interesting.
doesn't also put a counter on it. But yeah,
Still very good.
I think this is quite good, especially because it's also fine in multiples because it can just make the pilot. So you definitely want to be something that cares about pilots to play multiples of
Yeah,
these. But the first one I think you'll always play at like a C plus probably, and then the second one I think is still a C plus if you have enough stuff that cares about getting saddled or crewed.
yeah, I agree.
You're good.
Dredger's Insight. 1 and a green for an uncommon enchantment. Whenever one or more artifacts and/or creature cards leave your graveyard, you gain a life. Whenever this enchantment enters, mill 4 cards. You may put an artifact, creature, or land card from among the milled cards into your hand. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mill 4, return something to your hand,
Artifact,
and
creature, or land. So like you're not missing. Like you
this is a
basically
great
can't
sack
miss.
fodder
You're
too.
you're like 95% to hit, 98% to hit, or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. You're almost guaranteed to.
This could be the only thing in your entire deck that it doesn't hit. You're probably playing at least a few
Yeah,
instants or sorceries, but um, and it's gonna gain you 1 life, right?
yeah, yeah. Certainly is.
Oh, it's only from among the milled though. It's not from your entire graveyard. Eh,
That's definitely worse.
that's like a little less interesting because then this is always basically just looking through the top 4 cards of your deck, but it is putting some more stuff into your graveyard. So it's like more Golgari specific, and it's like pretty slow. And like at most, this is probably gaining you 2 life, probably just one.
Yeah,
And enchantments for whatever reason haven't been sack fodder, even though this is like the third just ETB enchantment that we've seen more or less. But
right.
all the sack fodder we've seen cares about artifacts and vehicle or artifacts and creatures. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
over the moon about this. I think this is like a C minus. Maybe it's a C.
fair, fair.
Earth Tumbler.
Oh boy.
4 and a green for a 7/6 vehicle vigilance trample. Okay.
Whoa.
Exile an artifact or creature card from your graveyard. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. So this one does just crew.
Whoa.
It crews for exiling stuff from your graveyard, which is great with that Orzhov Mythic. Um,
This
and
is crazy.
it cruised for 3 otherwise. Yeah, this seems good.
Yeah, this seems very good.
Seems like a B.
Yeah, it
Seems like a B.
slaps.
Seems a beater.
I am upset to see this.
Yeah, you're not like enthused when your opponent drops the Earth Rumbler. Yeah, I'd say this is just like a B. I mean, even crewing 3, I'm kind of in for here. This is
Yeah,
going
for
to take a
sure.
lot to deal with, and there's a good chance you don't even have to do that. Not the first time.
Right.
So yeah, that seems like a B to me. Maybe even higher, actually. As I think about it, maybe it's a
Yeah.
B plus. It does seem like you're probably going to get the first crew for free, basically by exiling something. So it's just a 7/6
Yeah.
trample vigilance for
So then you can
5.
also block with it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, it's until end of turn. Yeah, you'd have to crew it or exile another
Yeah,
thing.
but that's what I'm saying. Because you exiled something already, you probably would be able to crew it.
Yeah, or you might just be turning everything
Elvish
sideways.
Refueler. 2 and a green for a creature elf druid 2/3. During your turn, as long as you haven't activated an exhaust ability this turn, you may activate exhaust abilities as though they haven't been activated.
Okay,
That's good.
so it just lets you re-exhaust once per
Exhaust.
turn,
Yeah, yeah.
including its exhaust, which also just makes it a 3/4 for 3.
This card is cracked. You
It's an
could pump this
uncommon.
every turn.
Yeah, for 2 mana or for 1 mana if you
This is
have
a
the other
B.
one. Yeah,
This
this
is a
is a
B or a
B.
B plus.
This is probably
This
a.
maybe is a B
This,
plus in exhaust X.
I think just by itself, it's a B. Like just because it can keep pumping itself every turn, it's like a B minus to a
Yeah,
B.
yeah,
And then, of course, with
yeah.
other exhaust, it can get to a B plus in silly
You have
territory.
to deal with this immediately.
That card's hype. The lady's hype too. Very good. The
Yeah.
name's hype. Elvis Refueler. They knew what they were doing. Fane Guardian. Oh, here's our classic 4/2 flash for 4. The pseudo
In
creature
green.
removal in green. Yeah, it's an uncommon though, so it must do something else good. Whenever this creature enters,
Yeah.
another target vehicle or creature you control gains +2/+2 and end of turn. And yes, that is better.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Stapling a +2/+2 combat trick on top of a 4/2 flash for 4. This is a combat blowout enabler right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. I would say this is at least a C plus to me. I'd say
Yeah, I think this
this is
card's
just a
really
strong
good.
C plus.
Agreed. Fang Druid Summoner. 3 and a green for an Ape Druid 2/4 with reach. When this creature enters, you may search your library and or graveyard for a creature card with no abilities, reveal it, and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Creature
With
card
no
with no
abilities.
abilities.
Those legendaries, man. 0 8
Yeah,
7 2 4 1. Take your pick.
this is bad, right?
Um, not if you have a couple of those, I don't think. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think this is this is for sure good if you have one of those because it's just drawing you a card. But
it
like
says no
if you don't,
abilities.
I feel
What text
I feel like
constitutes abilities? Is an ETB
does it
ability?
have
Yeah,
to be
that's a
activatable to
triggered
be an
ability.
ability?
No, an ETB is a triggered ability. Like this thing has a triggered
Okay.
ability. I think a mechanic is also an ability. Technically, that would be the question. Are like is if this just had reach, would it have an ability or not?
Right.
I'm not sure. I should be sure, but I'm not. My gut says yes. It literally just has to have no text, basically, to not have an ability.
Yeah, it literally has no text.
That's my gut.
It has to be one of those legendaries, basically.
And I would kind of want 2 of them to like feel great about playing this.
Yeah,
But if I
yeah. I
had
think
2
that's
of
the only
them,
way I'm playing it.
if I had 2 of them, like if it was a Gogari and I had like 2 of the 7/2s, because people don't really want
This
to
is
play
a
that
D,
card.
unless you have 2 of them.
What is it if you have two of them? A C plus? It's really slow, but it's a lot of
Yes.
value.
If you're guaranteed getting one, probably guaranteed getting one.
Yeah, I don't like it though.
I don't like it.
Greenbelt Guardian. All these are uncommons. One in a green
Yep.
for a 2/2 uncommon elf ranger. One green mana, target creature gains trample until end of turn. That looks like very old
Whoa.
school text. Like, I can't remember the last time I've seen that. And then it exhausts for 3 and a green to get 3/1/1 counters on this creature. Whoa.
What? That's a lot.
3 of them. Make it a 5/5.
A
That can have
five
trample
five trample.
on a bear. This is a
Is a
B.
is a B
I
plus.
think it's just a B, but it might be a B plus. It's very good. I'm first
Let's
picking
see.
it. It's good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh boy. Hazard of the Dunes. 3 and a green. 4 for a
Dune.
worm. It's a 4/4. Trample, reach, exhaust. 6 and a green. Put 3/1/1 counters on this creature. Hmm.
So it's a 4/4 trample reach for 4. And then you can pay way too much mana to get it to be a 7/7. 7 mana.
Hey, with the red green exhaust reducer though, this is pretty hype.
It's already a 4/4 trample reach for 4. What are we asking for at this point?
A 7/7
A
is
seven
what I'm
seven.
asking for.
Yeah, I think this is a
Yeah.
C to C plus. Fine.
Yeah, it's a C to C plus.
It's a beat
Playable
stick.
card.
Hey, here's what you fetch, baby. This is what you fetch.
Damn it.
You fetch the 3/2 common for 2. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, this is the first one of these we've seen.
Gibberic Omnivore. This is like a C,
Huh.
but I like
Yeah.
it. It. You have a little bit
It
of preference on
cruise.
if you have that crew 3 stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Loxodon Surveyor. Surveyor. 2 and a green for an Elephant Scout 3/3. Start your engines. Max speed. Exile this card from your graveyard. Draw a card. Ugh.
Another one of those.
C minus. It's out of my face. 3/3 for 3 that like,
Yeah,
care about
no,
starting your engines.
I agree. C
Maybe you
minus,
draw
D
off it
plus.
one day, but like,
Should do better things off than this. Yeah. C minus. Migrating Tetradon, 4 and 2 green for a 6/6 dinosaur with reach. Whenever this creature enters, you gain 4 life, and it can cycle for 2. So gaining 4 life, but it's reach, not vigilance or trample. Reach is worse than vigilance
bad.
or trample offensively. Obviously, reach is better defensively. Because you super stabilize with this. Like, it is extremely difficult for you to die the next turn after you play this. Because flyers can't get in, and you've gained 4. And 4 is the most that this card sort of does. Um, and it cycles for
Is it a
2.
C just because it cycles?
I think it's better. I think it's a C if it doesn't cycle. There's a joke. What's the name of this card? This card has a name too. Um, where it's like in every set, and it's like actually shockingly good every set. Um,
Yeah, because I mean, there was that mount from whatchamajigger that was gained for. It was a 5/4 trample for 5
yeah,
moose.
yeah. I mean, trample would definitely be better. So yeah, I think
Trample
it's
would
like
be
a
better.
strong C. Is how I would describe it.
Okay.
Strong C. You're good.
Molt Tender, 1 green for an insect druid. It's a 1/1. Tap it to mill a card, or tap it, exile a card from your graveyard, add 1 mana of any color.
Hmm.
Weird. This definitely pays off the exiling things from your graveyard, that enchantment that mills.
So I mill myself one on turn 2 so that on turn 3 I can get to 4 mana. I wish this thing
Unless
just
you have
like
something
tapped for
else.
a colorless as well or something.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I
I
still
don't
think
know.
it's a C plus.
I don't think I'm trying this. I don't think this is good at all.
Oh, fair.
I think it's like a D.
I think you have to be in green black. But
Yeah, like maybe if you have a bunch of cheap removal, but like even the black cheap removal comes into play first, so like it won't fuel this immediately. Yeah, I don't know. I have to see it. Maybe it's as good as like a C. I don't see it being possibly much better than a C.
the green enchantment
You're
mill
wrong.
for turn 2. Start your engines.
There you go.
Gain
That'll
life.
st- that'll still just get you to 4 mana on turn 3 though, because you play this on 1, that on 2. I guess it could let you do another 1 drop on 2, but you probably don't want to do that. So then you're still just hitting 4 mana on turn 3, which is fine.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Ooze Patrol, 3 and a green for a 2/2 ooze uncommon. When this creature enters, mill 2 cards. Then put a 1/1 counter on this creature for each artifact and or creature card in your graveyard total. So it
Huh.
really wants you to aggressively trade off or otherwise mill. Green has by far the most mill
Yeah.
that we've seen. This also makes you want
Recycling
to
and
play that
everything.
enchantment. Yeah, that's true. So, what are the chances that I have 2 artifact or creatures by turn 4? But then this is only a 4/4.
I think is just a late game thing. I really wish it got text of some sort.
And you hope it's like just a 6/6 for 4 late game,
Yeah.
like a 7/7.
Yeah.
That's like fine. I think this is just like a C.
I don't think it's great.
It's just like a C. If you're really good at populating your graveyard, this could definitely be better. It could be like a C plus.
For sure.
You have to be really good. All right, you're good.
Plow through. 1 green. Sorcery. Target creature you control fights a, a target creature an opponent controls, or just destroy a target vehicle. Straight up.
It's a fight effect, not a bite effect.
Not a bite, but it is
Sorcery for
1.
1, and it is uncommon, like every other green card apparently. Um, 1 mana fights are pretty good. We saw it on Bushwhack most recently. Destroying target
Yeah.
vehicle for
Yeah.
1 green is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like a B minus.
Yeah, it's for sure. Easy B minus.
Seems good. Point the way. Loot. 1 green mana for an
Whoa.
enchantment. Start your engines for 1 green mana. Okay. 3 and a green. Sacrifice this enchantment to your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is your speed. Put those cards onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle.
This could ramp you for 4 is pretty crazy.
X is your speed. So if you didn't 1-drop, you're not going to speed 2 until turn 4.
Maybe you drop this turn 2 and hope you have a 1-drop. If you're on the play at least.
Yeah, that's true. Well, then you really have to have the 1-drop. And you've eaten your 2-drop slot by doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't. I mean, what about just using its ability? It's 1, so it just gets you 1 land for 4, which is bad. 2 lands for 4 is still just like even.
Yeah.
So I don't think this
If
is
you do get 4
great.
lands though.
Yes, that would be good. Yeah, I think this is just like a C. Not worse. I wouldn't play this
Yeah.
actually. I just wouldn't play it. Someone have to prove to me it's good.
Pothole mole. 2 and a green. Mole 2/3. When this creature enters mill 3 cards, then you may return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. 2/3. So
Okay, yeah, this
I
is like a
mean,
card we
it
recently
is.
saw.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, if you can mill consistently early, I think it's pretty good. Because if you are just hitting a land off this,
Yeah, so you're playing like 16 or 17 of 40 cards, which is like about 40% of your deck. So on average, you are going to hit this, but you could miss just like straight up if you
if
just
this is
ripped
the
it straight
only
up.
thing that you've milled,
But you still
yeah,
do it. You still do it like every time. I mean, if it hits, this is like a C plus. If it misses, it's like a D plus because at least it
yeah,
did put
yeah,
cards
yeah.
in your
You
graveyard.
really want to hit with this.
Yeah, yeah. Like you said, it's obviously better late because it's better late. But then do you really want to land in your hand late? Maybe if it's to discard,
Maybe
to
not.
rummage.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
So in
maybe
red, this is
recycling.
better. This is better in red because of that. But yeah, I still think it's like a C, C minus. Rise from the wreck. 2 and a green for a sorcery. Return up to an uncommon. I feel like they're all uncommon. Return up to
Another. Yeah, yeah.
one target creature card, one target mount card, one target vehicle, and up to one target creature with no abilities. Oh, from your graveyard to your hand for 3 mana. If you think your deck can reliably do 3 of these, like somewhat reliably, it's broken. If it can do
Yeah,
2 of these very regularly, it's like fine. It's fine. One is obviously a
I think
disaster.
this is good though.
If it hits 3 things, it's good, and it's not like unreasonable. Um,
No.
Probably in Selesnya or Gogari. I don't know. There's a lot of vehicles in red too, so yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I think this is just good all the time.
yeah.
I mean, this can hit so much shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say this is like a C plus,
C
B
plus.
minus.
Yeah, I think if you have a lot of vehicles and
If you
mounts,
have a lot of vehicles, it's a B minus. Yeah.
uh, yeah, we'll see. I don't know what the number on how many you have to have is to for it to be perfect, but it can definitely play like a C
Just
minus
all.
or a B minus. I would say it's more like a C plus, C to C plus.
Okay.
Run over. It's the bite. Instant. It costs 1 less to cast if it targets a mount or vehicle you control. So if you make your vehicle or mount run over someone, that's hilarious. Um, and then it bites. It deals damage equal to its power to target a creature
That's
an
funny.
opponent controls. So this is obviously extremely good with Death Touch. All bite effects
Yeah.
are, and generally this is just pretty
Very
good.
good.
Like this is gonna almost always cost 1. It's just a bite
This is
effect
gonna
for
this
one
is gonna
mana,
beat
basically.
ass.
Yeah, and it's an instant too. Bite effects for 1 mana at instant speed always seem pretty broken. It basically just reads like 3 to
Can you
5
use this
damage.
if the vehicle is not crewed? Because you can use it on a
Um,
mount when it's not mounted.
that's a good question actually. Um, it does have power and toughness, but it doesn't even have the creature layer. So I don't know if it can access the power and toughness value if the creature layer is not activated. I'm really not sure. It's another question I'm not
It
sure
does
about.
just say vehicle.
Yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah, I don't know. It would definitely be better. Um, definitely be better if it did
That
that.
didn't need to be crewed.
Yeah, or if
Yeah.
it didn't need to be. Yes, I still think this is like a B minus. Seems
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think it's a B minus. Silken. That was you. Silken Strength. 1 and a green for an enchantment aura. Flash. Enchant creature or vehicle. When this aura enters, untap enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent gets +1/+2 and has reach. This is weird. This is a trick.
Yeah, it's a hell of a trick because it untaps it
It's a
too.
hell
So
of a trick. Yeah.
yeah, I don't hate the first one of these. It's weird to me because again, we're not really getting anything for like sacking enchantments or doing anything with enchantments yet. There seems to be at least like a couple cycles in the game or like in the set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, again, this is where like maybe if I'd not already overwhelmed with vehicles, this is like maybe a 1-up. So I'd give it like a C.
Yeah. C to C minus. It's
But
better than these usually are.
maybe we'll just see some of these things get just like unbelievably huge because they just can't be dealt
Yeah.
with and they just win games, which is a nice proposition. You're good.
Stampeding Scurryfoot. 1 green for a mouse. 1/1 has exhaust. 3 and a green. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Create a 3/3 elephant creature token.
Sure, that's a pretty good splicer.
It's a pretty good. Also, imagine this with
Yeah,
the uncommon
thing
that
that
you
lets
can
you cast it
reactivate.
every turn. Yeah,
Just make 3/3s every turn.
3/3s for 4, and also grow yourself every turn. That would truly be
Yeah.
the elephant guide. Um,
That's brutal.
yeah, I mean is this a common? This is a common. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean this seems. I want to say this is like a B.
Yeah. This is really good.
Say it's a B. Seems fantastic. Here we go.
Oh,
Now we're getting to the
there we
heavy
go.
hitters.
That's you.
It's me, Terrain, World Tyrant, 2 green, 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 Legendary Dinosaur, Dinosaur Ooze. It is a 9/7. No text.
Whoa.
No text. Fetchable with that other creature we
Yeah.
saw. Um, the famed druids call it the World Tyrant, for it has consumed entire ecosystems that keep it suspended at its core. To look upon it is to see the world as it was eons ago. Lit?
Weird.
So a 9/7 for 5 with triple green.
How good is this? I have no idea. I mean, it's like
C
that
minus.
15/7 or whatever we saw
Yeah,
cost more, but this
I think this is a C
maybe
minus.
maybe it did cost 5. Yeah, I think this is C minus.
Yeah, a C
I
minus.
agree. Ooh.
You're good.
Velo Heart Bike. 2 and a green for an artifact vehicle 4/2. When this vehicle enters, gain 2 life. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color.
And a cruise for 2.
Ah, Nick Cruz for 2.
Once you're done caring about mana, it's like it's because it's a 4/2 is even like functional trading up in combat. I like this card.
Yeah, 4/2 ain't nothing. Yeah, I like this card.
It's all about
Also
like
taps immediately.
exactly. It stabilizes you for like the critical 2 turns. Like
Yeah,
almost exactly how it uses it. Like you use it early, you gain life, you can tap to gain your mana, and then you can always just crew it to basically trade it off for some value. Again, it's just really susceptible to 2 damage removal when it becomes a creature, but or to 2 damage
so
removal, not 2 mana removal. But yeah, tapping for mana immediately is pretty cool. Better than normal mana dorks.
yeah.
What do you think on this? C? C plus?
Yeah, I think it's a C to a C plus.
Yeah.
Probably a C.
Yep. I like it. Is it
Venom
you?
Sack Lagic. 1 and a green. Lizard Mount 2/1 Death Touch. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, it gets 0/3 until end of turn. Saddles for 2. This card is just good.
Oh
Um,
yeah, wasn't this in the
because it's a
mechanics?
2/1 Death Touch for 2. Yes, it was. We
Yeah.
saw this card.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact that turn 3 you play something that can saddle this, and this is just a nearly unblock, profitably cannot block this on turn.
Yeah. It's true. It's a good way to force through speed as well. To go with whatever red cards.
So
care
I think
about
this is
that.
a C to C plus.
I think this is a C plus. I just think it's a straight up C plus. Trades with everything because it's a bear that trades with everything and has upside from there. So I think it's a C plus. It's
Yeah.
a good card. Cool. That was much better than the first time we did that on the
Yeah.
artifact.